Hello, hello, and welcome back to the channel. As most of you know, I'm Topher. And for those of you who don't know and just randomly decided to click on the video, welcome to the channel. I'm Topher. Thank you for stopping by. So we're here to do a reaction, and we are diving back into Until We Meet Again. We're diving into episode 14. I just finished reacting to episode 13, and literally the whole time I was holding my breath like, oh my god, when is the bad stuff gonna happen? When's the bad stuff gonna happen? Because this series is notorious for giving me all these happy moments and then slapping me in the face with something sad or bad, but it never happened. The whole episode was just so pleasant and sweet, and I loved it so much, and it made me so happy. But it makes me worried for this episode because I'm like, they can't give me two episodes that are all just amazing fluffy moments. So since last episode was all that amazingness and all the romantic stuff, I feel like this episode's gonna do some emotional damage to me, so we're just gonna dive on in and find out.
นิทานเรื่องนี้สอนให้รู้ว่าคนที่มีน้ำใจคดไม่ซื่อต่อมิตรนั้นมักจะต้องประสบกรรมเพราะผลที่ตัวเองทำง่าย
แม่อินคะทำไมแดดดี้นามสกุลไม่เหมือนหนูกับแม่ล่ะคะ
ๆก็เพราะน้าอินรักหนูมากไงก็เลยให้หนูอ่ะมาใช้นามสกุลเดียวกับน้าอิน
หนูก็รักแม่อินมากมาก
ว่านั่นเนี่ยคือนามสกุลจะไม่เหมือนกันเนี่ยแต่แดดดี้ก็รักหนูมากมากนะ
หนูก็รักแดดดี้มากมากโตขึ้นอลิซจะแต่งงานกับ
Oh, no, no, no.
อลิซลูก
No, ma'am. I mean, I know she's just an innocent kid just talking, but
อ้าวทำไมล่ะคะ ก็อลิซรักนาอิน
I mean, I love Uncle Ian too, but he got a man.
น้าอินมีคนรักแล้วค่ะอลินขอโทษด้วยนะ
งั้นนาอินจะแต่งงานกับคนนั้นเหรอคะ
That was the plan.
นาก็อยากแต่งกับเขาอยู่
นาอินยิ้มๆนะคะอลิซไล่มอนให้แล้วโอมเพียงอย่ารู้อยากจะดีเอง
เดี๋ยวทุกอย่างจะดีเอง
I wonder if Dean's mama even remembers all of this, because she was so young.
ในหอมน้ำเร็ว
Again, all these flashbacks just give you all of these sweet moments and let you see the life that could have been. And again, just the emotional impact on the people who got left behind. So we haven't met Mama, or we haven't met Dean's mama slash Ian's niece yet in this timeline outside of, you know, the 5 seconds we saw at the end of the last episode. So we don't know, again, how much she remembers. Obviously she had a very close relationship with Ian, but with it being so long ago, does she remember those feelings? Does she remember that relationship? Is it going to be like it was with Dean's grandma and just like an instant connection and seeing Ian there when she sees Parm? Or I don't know. Just gotta wait and see. I do like how every opening credits they switch up the song. Like eventually they repeat, but I like that they mix it up. baby.
ครับพี่ดีนไม่เป็นไรค่อยๆหายใจนะมองพี่เมื่อกี้พามทำท่าเหมือนจะหายใจไม่ออกแล้วก็เป็นลมๆไปพี่เลยพามาพักที่โซฟาตอนนี้พามรู้สึกยังไงรู้สึกหายใจไม่ออกหรือจะอ้วกไหมหายใจติดขัดอะไรหรือเปล่าโอเคครับไม่เป็นอะไรแล้ว
แล้วไม่ไปโรงพยาบาลจะดีเหรอ
Child, y'all need to stop with this music.
พี่ดีนผมอยากกลับบ้าน
อาการแบบนี้จะกลับได้ยังไง อยู่ค้างที่นี่แหละ ไม่ต้องเกรงใจ เป็นแฟนดีนไม่ใช่เหรอ
ทำไมคุณแม่ถึงรู้
ก็เมื่อกี้ตอนที่เป็นลมดีนเขารีบอุ้มเลย แม่ก็ถามเขาก็บอกว่าเป็นแฟน แม่ก็ตกใจเหมือนกันนะ
แม่พูดเยอะไปแล้ว
หรือไม่จริงหรอก
ผมก็แค่ผมไม่ได้พูดแบบนั้นซะหน่อย
You better. She probably confused as all hell, but you better hug her. And then think of some rationale as to why you're hugging her, because she confused as all hell. Okay, so she doesn't have the instant memory triggers that Grandma had, so we'll have to wait and see whether something is going to trigger that or not.
ไม่เป็นไรนะ
See, look in her eyes. I can't tell if she knows something or not.
อมเพียงเดี๋ยวทุกอย่างก็ดีขึ้นเองนะ
See, that's why they showed us this. I swear, every scene, every flashback they show has some sort of relevance to the. Oh, God, this show is so well done.
ไม่เป็นไร ไม่เป็นไร เดี๋ยวพาน้องขึ้นไปพักผ่อนเถอะท่าทางจะเหนื่อย พ่อก็จะแวะทำธุระที่บริษัท ก่อนจะกลับมาคงดึก ไว้ค่อยคุยกันพรุ่งนี้นะ
ได้ครับแม่ไปพามค่อยๆนะ
See, there's something in her eyes that I don't know if she's conscious of. I don't think she's as conscious as Grandma is, but she feels something. God, these actors are so good. I swear, the stories they tell with just their eyes, not saying a damn word. Baby.
ดี
Baby.
ตรงนี้มันเจ็บไปหมดทัดรักหลานมากแต่หลานจำอะไรไม่ได้เลย
It's bad translation, but it's okay. We know what they meant.
ตอนอินทัศน์จากไปอลินยังเด็ก เขาจำอะไรไม่ได้หรอก ไม่เป็นไรแล้วเด็กดีไม่เป็นไร พี่อยู่ตรงนี้ เดี๋ยวพาไปอาบน้ำอุ่นนะ จะทำให้พามสบายตัวขึ้น เก่งดี
Hug young man. She can feel it. Just when I thought we'd given up on PD and getting his reward. Lord, okay.
Miss เครื่องสำอางสำหรับคนรุ่นใหม่และน้องใหม่จาก Miss Teen
เดี๋ยวล็อกประตูห้องน้ำล่ะ มีอะไรหรือเปล่าครับ
ผมอยากอยู่คนเดียว น้ำนะครับ ขอบคุณนะครับพี่ดิน
Yes, bubble bath.
คุณพ่อพี่ดินจะดุไหมนะ แล้วถ้าไม่โอเคเธอต้องเลิกกัน ไม่
Alright, baby. It's okay. It's okay. Yes, girl.
พี่ดิน พี่ดินเข้ามาได้ไงครับ
You said you didn't want to be alone.
อยากด้วยใครหน่อยไม่อยากอยู่คนเดียวไม่ใช่ไง
Mm-hmm.
ถ้ายังขยับอยู่แบบนี้เนี่ยพี่ไม่รับประกันความปลอดภัยแล้วนะ
Girl. Safety from what?
พี่ดินจะขี้แกล้ง พี่ดิน
เรามันดื้อ
I'm sure he ain't the only one. He get them marks left on his body by himself.
คุณพ่อพี่ดินดุไหมครับ
ไม่รู้สิพี่ไม่เคยกับพ่อสักเท่าไหร่หัวก็เรื่องย่าทีไรก็เสียงแข็งใส่กันทุกที
คุณพ่ออาจจะพูดไม่เก่งเหมือนพี่ดินให้เราคุยกันดีๆไหมครับ
สาผมไหม
So, girl, don't change the subject.
ต้องดื้อเหมือนกันพ่อมันรู้ไม่แน่เลย
ไม่คุยแล้วผมดีกว่า
See, this is exactly what I'm talking about. Just like you don't know how to talk, your daddy probably don't know how to talk either.
ของพี่ดิน ผมอยากใส่พี่ด้วย
I bet you do. So turn your ass around.
Nothing.
I love this whole series of scenes for like the last 10 minutes between them.
เราจะไม่มีวันเลิกกัน
ร้องไห้จนเหนื่อยเลยละสิ
Lay your head on my shoulder, baby. Alright, let's get into this. Also, they did get some time. Okay. It's something that I had wondered in the last episode when Palmer was like, I wonder if Ian ever got to look at Corn like this. I wondered if they ever got the time to actually not even do the do, but just like sleep together. Spend time together like that.
สุขสันต์วันครบรอบคบกัน1 ปีนะครับพี่กรณ์
Yes, they were together longer than I thought. Okay. Y'all better kiss. Girl, did nobody tell you to put on pants? Now you're just being rude and disrespectful.
ไว้เจอกันนะอย่างน้อยเราเคยได้รักกันแค่นั้นมันก็ดีเกินพออยากจะขอเพียงอยู่ด้วยลอยคำคืนนี้กลายเป็นนิรันดร์ก็แค่เธอกับฉันก็แค่เรารักกันรักมันไม่อาจหยุดวันเวลาเอาไว้เราอาจไม่มีพรุ่งนี้ที่รักไม่มีรักที่รอเราอยู่อย่างที่ตั้งใจเราจะหนีความจริงไปนานเท่าไรแม้มันต้องจบแต่อยากคอยจะจำเอาไว้พ่ออย่าพ่อ
Girl, what you mean?
พ่ออย่า
พามตื่นไปกลับบ้านพาม
กลับบ้านอินไม่กลับ
พามตื่นพามตื่นลืมตาสิพามพี่เอง
This is what I've been talking about. Like, I hope that they don't have to live with this forever. Cause, like, Lord.
พ่อเขามาเจอพวกเราแล้วเขาก็จะพวกเราแยก
พาม
พวกเราก็ที่คอนโดแล้ว
พามมองพี่พามมองพี่ไม่มีอะไรพามมันแค่ฝันร้าย
Palm, show your in-laws what you can do. Let them know. Your son got him a good man.
หอมจะได้ไม่เบา
อย่าเพิ่งกิน
พอดีเป็นคนกินผักนะครับต้องผ่าน QC ก่อน
ค่อยกินดี
เช็คไงว่ารสชาติผ่านไหม
โอ้ย
I guess it passed the test.
ทำเก่งเลยนะเนี่ย
พี่ดอน เอามาวาง
ตัว QC อยู่
วาง
ไม่วาง
พี่ดอน คุณอะวางเกะกะมากที่สุด
แล้วมันจะหมดแล้วกินให้หมดไง
ไม่ต้องออกไปข้างนอก
จ้า
เดี๋ยวรักกินอันนี้ของพี่ดอนนะ
โอเคคุณพ่อคุณแม่อะไม่ดูหรอก
แม่ คราวนี้แม่อยู่กี่วันอะ
3 วัน
3 วันอีกแล้ว เมื่อไหร่แม่จะอยู่แบบหลายๆเดือนบ้างอะ
เดี๋ยวงานก็เสร็จแล้ว ตั้งใจเรียนเนี่ย
มาแล้วค่ะ
ตายจริง ให้แขกมาเสิร์ฟเองเลย
ไม่เป็นไรครับช่วยๆกัน
อีกตอนร้อนๆนะเดี๋ยวค่อยคุยกัน
So did Mama let him know who Parm is, or did anybody let him know who Parm is?
พ่อขาข้าวต้มวันนี้เดี๋ยวทำเองเลยนะคะ
เดี๋ยวทำอาหารเป็นตั้งแต่เมื่อไหร่
โหคุณพ่อไม่รู้อะไร เดี๋ยวนี้เดี๋ยวทำเป็นตั้งหลายอย่างค่ะ
คิดโต
พี่ดอน
เมื่อเช้าก็เห็นอยู่ว่ามีคนช่วย
ก็ทำด้วยกันก็เหมือนกันแหละ
เห็นเดลบอกว่าพามทำอาหารเก่ง อร่อยจริงๆด้วยนะ
ไม่ขนาดนั้นหรอกครับ
อืม
Trying to impress Dad. Well, not impress Dad, but
กินข้าวสิ
he just wants Dad to accept him. I know, baby, I know. But Dad's like Dean, too damn hard to read. See, Parma's onto something. Dean's dad is just like him. You can see they don't know how to talk to each other. But you can't spend the whole breakfast staring at him, baby.
คนรักของผมครับ
Okay, there's no translation, so I don't know what was just said, but it seems like it was something important. I guess I'll find out. Lord, give me strength. Be like, this is awkward. I want to leave.
มีอะไรก็พูดมาต่อหน้าทุกคนในครอบครัวนี่นะ
Okay. We was having a nice, lovely breakfast, but okay. Not that they don't already know.
พ่อคงจะได้ยินมาจากแม่บ้างแล้ว นี่พามคนรักของผมครับ
Mm-hmm. It's like, I don't need to say nothing else. He's not my boyfriend. He's not my lover. He's not this, that. He is the person that I love. Okay.
Kiddie แล้ว
ผมคิดทุกอย่างดีแล้วครับพ่อ
พ่อแม่เราว่าไง
คุณพ่อผมเสียแล้วครับ ส่วนคุณแม่ท่านทราบเรื่องที่คบกับพี่ดีแล้ว ท่านไม่ว่าอะไร
รู้ใช่ไหมว่าจากนี้ต่อไปเนี่ยต้องเจออะไรอีกเยอะ แน่ใจนะว่ารับไหว
ครับ
You can see the love.
พ่อ
อ่อนโยนเป็นเหมือนกัน
See, I know they were painting him out to be this sort of like big, scary monster or whatever, but like I could
ควรทีหลังแล้วกัน
I could tell from just them sitting down at dinner and some of the interactions he was having with Dell, and then just I had a feeling in my gut that he would be fine. Like, I feel like them trying to paint him as this big, like,
จ้องอะไรกันอ่ะ
scary figure who can't be talked to, can't be reasoned to, trying to paint that similar parallel with Ian and Corn's fathers was kind of like a red herring, like, okay, we're trying to throw you on that sense, but he's actually going to be fine with it. I was feeling kind of those vibes. And then as he was talking through, it's like, what's your relationship? Or what do your parents think about this? The response he gave was kind of similar to what Parm's mom was saying on the phone about, like, Dean staying over, like, you know, you guys, you're an adult, I trust you, but you'll have to deal with whatever consequences come with blah, blah, blah. It's not that they're against their children being together necessarily.
วันนี้ลูกพาแฟนมาค้างที่บ้านนะ
แฟน
It seems more like they're
แล้ว
just
คุณยอมได้ไงอ่ะ
worried for their children and what other people are going to
เชื่อใจลูกบ้าน
think about it.
คือดีลูกเรามันไม่เป็นไรหรอก แต่อีกฝ่ายเป็นผู้หญิงอ่ะ ใครรู้เข้าเขาจะเสียหายนะ
Oh, don't worry about that, Daddy.
แฟนลูกเป็นผู้ชาย พ่อไม่กีดกันลูกใช่ไหม
จะคิดการลูกได้ยังไงล่ะ เมื่อก่อนเราก็เคยโดนแบบนี้
ก็ตอนนั้นพวกเรายังไม่พร้อมนี่ฉันให้จบม.ปลายเลย เมื่อวานเห็นแม่ฉันโทรมาหา คุยอะไรกันเหรอ
แม่คุณเนี่ยบอกให้ผมเนี่ยเปิดใจคุยกับลูกบ้าง ถ้าเกิดดีนมันไม่พูดเนี่ยก็ให้ผมเริ่มพูดก่อน หรือว่าถ้าดีนมันพูด ก็ให้ผมรับฟังลูกบ้าง
ปากหนักทั้งคู่อ่ะทั้งพ่อทั้งลูก
ก็นิสัยผมเป็นแบบนี้คุณก็รู้อะ
เรายังต้องเรียนรู้ความเป็นพ่อแม่อีกเยอะ พยายามเข้านะพ่อ
And that's all you can do. Baby. I don't know what that is, but it look good.
ลบให้ทุกคนก่อนนะ อ๋อ แล้วก็เกือบลืมดีใจด้วยนะคะ
We all are.
คุณพ่อน่ารักตรงไหนน่ารักตรงที่เหมือนพี่ดีชิมไหมครับ
You better maintain eye contact while you slurping on his spoon.
อร่อยจัง
Yeah, it is.
อร่อยกว่าขนมเป็นคนฟ้อน อาทิตย์หน้าครับ เมื่อเช้าคุณแม่เพิ่งส่งข้อความมาบอกว่าลูกพี่ลูกน้องเนี่ยจะพาผมไปเจอคุณลุง ถ้าไม่ติดอะไรเนี่ย อาจจะไปเจอคุณปู่ด้วยเลย งั้นให้พี่ไปด้วยไหม ไม่เป็นไรครับ วันศุกร์หน้าเป็นวันหยุด พี่ไปนอนค้างด้วยได้ไหม ได้ครับ พี่ไปนอนด้วยครั้งนี้เนี่ย พี่ไปนอนเฉยๆแล้วนะ
Okay, girl.
ฮะ พี่ให้เวลาพามเตรียมใจหนึ่ง
Child, you better prepare yourself.
ดีนทำอะไรครับ คุณพ่อคุณแม่ก็อยู่ที่ห้องนั่งเล่นอยู่นะครับ พี่รอมานานแล้ว และพี่จะไม่รออีกต่อไป
Child.
พี่ไปหาพ่อกับแม่ก่อนนะ
He said, I'ma give your ass a week. You got a week to make whatever preparations you need to do, get whatever manscaping you need to do, read whatever self-help books you need to read. And then we... girl, I'm right there with you. Lord. Oh, okay, another side story. Okay, hashtag product placement.
แล้วรถพี่ดีล่ะครับ ก็นี่ไง นี่รถพี่ดีล่ะครับ ครับ พอดีพี่อยากได้รถใหม่นะ ก็เลยถือโอกาสเปลี่ยนสีใหม่ไปเลย แล้วพี่ดีนึกยังไงถึงเปลี่ยนเป็นสีแดงเนี่ย พี่ว่ามันสวยดีอะชอบไหมล่ะ ครับ ถึงพี่จะขับรถสีแดงเนี่ย แต่พี่ก็ไม่แรงนะ พี่ดีนไม่คุยเรา
Okay, so another fantastic episode. We started off with the flashback, and like I mentioned as the episode went on, every time they show a flashback in this series, it has some sort of relevance, even if we don't really know what the relevance is immediately. Like, there seems to always be some sort of callback in the present day that happens, and this was similar kind of thing. So we flash back to Ian and his niece and his sister, and just talking about just showing the relationship they had, how much he loved her, how much she loved him, and she loved him so much she was gonna marry him. And I'm like, okay girl, let's calm this down. But you know, she didn't know any better. But like, just the love and the bond that they had together. And he's like, you know, I'm sorry, I already got somebody I love. And she's like, well, are you gonna marry them? And you know, that immediately made him sad, because where they're living, the time they're living, it wasn't the thing. It wasn't gonna happen. I still don't even know if over there, if it's a legalized thing or not. I don't know. But back then, it wasn't the thing. So it made him sad to think about the fact that he could potentially marry the love of his life. And she's like, oh, you stopped smiling. Here, I'm gonna cast a spell on you to make it all better. Abracadabra. And then flashback to present day, Parm waking up, Dean doting on him, taking care of him, and then, you know, him, you know, encountering Alina again, and just like this outpouring of emotions just overtook him. You know, Ian just overtook him, and he just couldn't help but fall into her and hug her. And she confused as hell, like, okay baby, it's okay, you fine. But still, like, I could feel like she's not as aware as grandma was, but she could still feel something. She could feel something familiar in the hug, something familiar in that moment. And now she's like, okay, you know, it's okay, it'll be all right, abracadabra, there, you feel better. Same thing she did as a little kid. And it's just like that kind of callback, just so good, so good. But what I loved about like the first 20 or so minutes of this episode and the interactions between Dean and Parm is how real the moments felt, how much time we actually lingered with them in these moments. Because there are sometimes in like movies or series, like, okay, yeah, something sad will happen, people have emotional moments and, you know, breakdown, whatever, and you know, we'll see that moment and then we'll, you know, cut to the next day, or we'll cut to the next moment, or, you know, whatever, and that's it. But like here, we lingered in these moments for a substantial amount of time. Like when Dean finally took Parm back up to his room, like Parm just stood there for like a good 10-20 seconds back to Dean, and just, you could see him trying to fight back all of these emotions, fight back the tears and whatnot, and finally he just had to succumb to all of these feelings, and he just broke down crying. And Dean just came up right behind him and just, you know, hugged him like, hey, I'm here baby, it's fine. And it's just these outpouring of emotions, and we lingered in that outpouring for such a substantial amount of time. Like, it just felt like such a real raw moment. And I love the interaction between Dean and Parm, where I've mentioned before in a number of series where sometimes we don't have the right words to say in certain circumstances. Sometimes there aren't the right words to say, and all you really can do is just be there for somebody, just be those arms to hold them when words just aren't enough. And like, I loved Dean being there in that moment and just holding him, consoling him, and just letting him know that, you know, I may not have the right things to say, but I'm here for you. I'm not going anywhere. I'm always going to be here for you. I will take care of you, blah, blah, blah. And then while that was happening up there, we flashed downstairs to see, you know, Mama mentally sorting through these emotions and whatnot, and kind of, still don't know how much she knows, like, oh yeah, this is the reincarnation of my uncle, or if it's just, you know, this very familiar feeling that she's feeling. I don't know if she's 100% cognizant of the fact that, yes, this is reincarnation or not, but she's definitely feeling these familiar feelings. And, you know, obviously looking through the scrapbook, or, you know, the photo album and whatnot, and focusing on her Uncle Ian, like, she's feeling this sense of familiarity. But then, you know, flashback to Dean and Parm, where again, just this moment of them, you know, Parm taking his bath and having all these thoughts. The only thing about this series that I'm not going to say I don't like, but the only like critique that I can really make thus far has been the few times where they've done like voiceover whenever they're thinking. I think it's only been Parm. Other people may have had a couple like, you know, internal monologues, thoughts to themselves that they just, you know, play out loud, but I feel like it's only been Parm. But those couple times that they've done those sort of voiceover internal monologue things, it's just a clear, distinct difference in the recording quality. Like, you can tell that whatever these voiceover segments were recorded elsewhere, recorded in different, like there's ambient noise and whatnot. So like anytime it goes to do that, like we're in this moment and, you know, Parm is in the bathtub and he looks like he's on the verge of crying and he's clearly sorting through thoughts, and then you can hear the like ambient noise come in when the audio clip is starting for the voiceover, and then it stops. Like, it's just this clear, like, distinct thing that just kind of takes me out of the scene a little bit. That's my only critique. I just wish that, because they spent so much time and took so much care to craft this series, from the cinematography, which I mentioned just about every damn episode, to the soundtracking, to everything is just so well done, so well crafted. I just wish that they had taken that last little step, that last little precaution to just do that voiceover. Like, even if it's like, okay, in this scene, Parm's in the bathtub, Dean, whatever, they're doing whatever. Like, they could have finished shooting the scene and then in this exact same room had Parm record his audio for the voiceover so that it sounds like it's in this same realm, it's in the same room, rather than sounding like a completely different place. Like that, it just takes me out of the moment, but that's just me being nitpicky. But yeah, we had another moment with Dean and Parm in the tub, and again, just like when Parm was breaking down crying in the room prior, like what I loved about this particular scene is how long we lingered in this moment, and also how this moment could easily have turned into like some romantic moment or some sexual moment or something like that. And yeah, there were like little hints of like playful flirtiness interjected in there, but they still kept it grounded in the moment. They didn't let it get carried away and swept off into this super hyper romanticized moment. They kept it like, okay, Parm is processing through all this stuff right now. Now's not the time for him to go through all, you know, sexy time and all that kind of stuff. He is going through a very emotional process right now. And Dean coming here to, again, comfort him. And then even the moments where Parm was trying to talk to Dean about his dad, and it's like, you know, maybe he's just like you, have you tried talking to him, blah, 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 blah. And Dean's like, I don't want to talk about it. And then, you know, let me wash your hair. And, you know, that moment very easily could have just been like, okay, let me watch her. Okay, fine, let's just get into this romantic, But then Parm's like, girl, don't change the subject. Like, we brought it back to blah, blah, blah. And it just felt like a very real kind of conversation. And yes, Dean very easily could have just given in and just been like, okay, fine, I'll tell you everything. But no, Dean still had that wall up, and he's like, I don't want to talk about this anymore. All right, so now we're going to wash your hair. It just felt like very real conversations within a couple. Every interaction that a couple has, it's not going to be sunshine and roses. It's not going to be, you know, super duper happiness. But the things that we're seeing in this series between Dean and Parm is, even though they have these moments that are not always super duper happy, they have all these emotional moments, all these sad moments, all these, you know, whatever, the love and affection is still there. And they're still there for one another. So even when there are sad moments, you can still feel them there for one another, holding each other down. When it's happy moments, you can feel the love, you can feel them there holding each other down. When it's romantic, when it's sexy, when it's, you know, playful, whatever, like, the love and the affection is still, it's always there. It's always at the core of these moments. And I love that. I love that dynamic between them. And yeah, again, I love how long we lingered in that scene. It just felt real. I love it. And then, you know, they went to sleep, and we got another flashback, Corn and Ian, which kind of answered some of the questions that Parm was asking last episode, I wonder if Ian ever got to, you know, see Corn through these eyes, you know, see Corn like this, kind of in the afterglow of, you know, the throes of passion or whatever it is. So that answered that question. And again, just a sweet moment between them, their anniversary apparently. And, you know, that's what Dean woke up to. Dean woke up to, you know, that sort of happy moment, while Parm's over here being tortured by that's you know, that night Dad came and just slapping me up and down and, you know, trying to break us up, and I'm like, oh Lord, my poor baby. And again, it just raises that question I keep asking, like, are these dreams a permanent fixture in their lives, or is there some event that they have to do, or that's going to trigger like just a release of these memories, or a release of these, you know, flashbacks, so that they can just live their life normally in the present day? Because, like, at first, as the series went on, I imagined, okay, once they discover the truth about their past lives, then okay, they'll be able to move on, and, you know, but no, they've discovered the truth about their past lives and they're still having these dreams. And like, okay, well, maybe they need to meet up with, you know, the family and, you know, get that sort of resolution, settle things. And I guess maybe in a sense that's still stuff that needs to be done, because, like, yes, we already settled things with Dean's grandma, and, you know, she's in the know, and, you know, we're good there. Dean's mom is kind of sort of figuring things out, and I imagine we'll probably address that a little bit more. I'm assuming Parm's grandpa and or uncle have some other connection or ties to Ian and Corn. Otherwise, I don't feel like they would make such a big deal about us meeting them. They wouldn't keep referencing them. So I'm assuming that they're going to play some pivotal role as well. So I'm just hoping that by the end of the series, once they've connected all of these pieces to the puzzle and they've assembled it and they've made their amends with all the people who got left behind and all that kind of stuff, that they'll be able to just move. Ian and Corn will move on, just pass on into the afterlife, go away, goodbye. I mean, I love you guys, but, like, stop torturing my babies. Like, I can't keep having them live the rest of their lives happy in this happy, loving relationship, but haunted by all of these sad memories that they already know about. Like, something's got to happen to make that stop, and I'm hoping that something happens. But anyway, woke up the next day, we had breakfast time with the family, and again, like I said there in that scene, there was something about, like, I felt one of two things was going to happen when we finally did meet Dean's dad. He was either going to be the monster that he's been painted to be, or he's going to be the polar opposite and he's going to be completely fine with it. Like, there's for this kind of story, there's no in between. Either he's going to be this or he's going to be that. So I was kind of feeling on the inside, especially as the scene went on, watching him interact with Dell, that it was going to be the latter. He was going to be fine with it and not be this big monster that they're kind of painting him out to be, these parallels with Ian and Corn's fathers. And that seemed to be the way it went. And even when we kind of flashback to the night before, when Dean's mom was telling Dean's dad about the fact that he's got a lover and it's a boy, and she's like, and you're not against this relationship or something like that, he's like, how could I be? Our parents were against our relationship. And, you know, I love that sort of mentality. It's not even about the fact that, you know, they're potentially gay or whatever, you know, they're two men or whatever. Like, he doesn't care about that. He's like, look, our parents put us through hell. We know what it feels like to go through this, so why would I put somebody else through that when it's love? Like, clearly the boy loves the boy, so why would you stand in the way of love? And it's like, yes, thank you. That is a mentality that we need to have. Why, please spread this mentality around the world. It's not, I don't care, you know, what people have between their legs, what gender they choose to identify as or not identify as, like, whatever. I don't care what it is. Love is love is love is love. So if you love me and I love you, then why should that matter to Susie Q across the street? Like, whose business is that? Like, I don't care who you, like that's how it should be. Just support your children, support your family. Like, God, if that were the case, Ian and Corn probably wouldn't have ended up where they went, and well, then we probably wouldn't have this series. They probably wouldn't have gotten reincarnated and been a whole different story. But still, like just that's how it's supposed to be. So yeah, he, like I mentioned, he said similar things or stuff in a similar vein to what Parm's mom was kind of saying. Like, it not coming from a sense of I'm judging you or I'm upset about anything like this. Like, I support you guys if you guys are in love and you guys are sure about this. That was the takeaway that I was getting from his dad. Like, are you guys sure? Because you know that there are a lot of obstacles ahead of you, because we're still living in a time and place where this is not, you know, accepted by everybody. So there's still going to be a lot of people who are against you, a lot of people who are going to look at you, who are going to judge you, who are going to discriminate against you, who are going to hate you for you just being you, who are going to want to come after you. Are you sure this is the road you want to go down? As a parent, I'm just wanting my child to be okay. I want to do what I can to protect my children. So I'm just asking, are y'all sure? And that's all I got out of that conversation. A worried parent wanting to keep their child safe. And I love it. 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 And yeah, the rest of the episode was just sweetness, and just good sweetness. And Dean said, Parm, next Friday is a holiday. Can I stay over? Okay, good. Because when I stay over, it's not just gonna be a sleepover. And Parm's like, what you mean? He's like, look, listen, girl, I'm giving you a week. You got a week to do whatever you got to do to prepare. Okay? So you get whatever you need to get waxed, plucked, tweezed, whatever. I don't care. You buy whatever sexy lingerie you need to buy. You get whatever toys, lube, whatever you got to get. You do what you got to do, baby. You get yourself prepared, because when I come over, I'ma come over and things gonna happen. So you do what you gotta do, get prepared, baby, and I'll see you in a week. Which I'm like, okay, baby, okay. Let him know. Let him know. If he ain't ready in a week, I'll be ready in a week, Dean. Let's go. Let's do this. Which kind of makes me question whether or not they actually did what they did when they were on, you know, the sort of like camping retreat, whatever, with the swim team. Because again, Parm was kind of adamant to team, like, oh no, we didn't do that, at least not to the degree that you're thinking. Like, so maybe they didn't do the full do, maybe they did the half do, or they did like a 3/4 do over there, and now Dean wants to do the full do. And I'm like, okay, I don't know. Either way, episode ended happy, and I'm happy. So, yay. So, I'm gonna dive into the next episode now. I hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. If you did, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share, turn on notifications so you'll be notified when all my shenanigans get posted. If there's anything else you'd like me to react to, be sure to leave it down in the comments, and I'll get to it as soon as I possibly can. If you'd like to support the channel in other ways, you're more than welcome to join us over on Patreon. You don't have to, but you're more than welcome to if you want to. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Love ya. Mwah. And before you guys go, a shout out to my amazing patrons. I can't begin to express how thankful I am for your support. And if you guys would like to join us over on Patreon, the link is down in the description. Love you guys.